Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Tuesday, August 23rd. So we have the moon in Cancer in its place of power for the second day. The moon in Cancer, very emotional, very intuitive, kind of stuck in the past, kind of romanticizing the past, a little bit nostalgic, if you will, in order for us to really nourish our mind, our body, our soul. We're very introverted under this particular influence. We're focused on our domestic matters, our home, our family exchange, and we definitely want to focus on the foundation that's either falling apart underneath of us, in need of repair, in need of a little bit of strength and discipline and structure, or where it is that we are building a brand new foundation for ourselves all together. We are very focused on safety, security, on stability, especially in our emotional field in this Cancer energy, but also recognizing where it is that, you know what, boundaries need to be created and implemented, likely between us and those that we care about, because we find ourselves giving out our energy to those that we love without reserving enough energy to take care of ourselves. So we are just entering into the very first day of Virgo season. This is definitely going to have a little bit of a low and slow effect for us, coming back down to reality after a very wild and activated Leo season. And we also have to take into consideration that today is the last day that Uranus will be direct. Yes, that's right, my friends. Uranus will be joining the other heavy hitting planets in a retrograde here tomorrow. So there are 12 different aspects here today, and 10 of them involve the moon. So the moon in Cancer is going to bump into Venus in not such a nice way, which will likely trigger and activate a situation taking place in our exterior realms that really puts us at odds with what it is that we want, we need, we desire for our emotional selves, especially when it comes to some very, very important personal relationships. The moon in Cancer, again, very attached to the past, very nostalgic, if you will. Well, Venus, who is currently in Leo, wants nothing to do with the past. We want to be present in the moment. We want to be aligned with our heart space. We want to tap into that boldness, that bravery, that courage that we need in order to make a change, in order to truly express ourselves, to be in love with love, to focus on the big, great, grand dreams that we are trying to manifest. And the moon in Cancer at this point is just bringing up some doubts, some insecurities within us that really are just kind of sucking the wind right out of our sails. Because this is a situation taking place outside of us as an activation or a trigger to put us in a situation to reevaluate what it is that we actually want, need, and desire for ourselves, to make ourselves feel good, to feel safe, to feel secure. There's likely a little bit of chaos and craziness, a little bit of confusion that's going to be triggered and activated for us to get down to the nitty-gritty, the bare basics on what it is that our heart is currently asking us to pursue. The moon is going to make a very positive interaction with Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, the moon, ruler of the heart space. This means that our heart and our head are getting on the same page. Why? Because we're doing the deep, nitty-gritty thinking in our mental plane to figure out the details of what it is that actually makes us feel safe, secure, loved, nurtured, nourished in our lives. And in doing so, we will likely recognize a pattern forming where it is that maybe, like I mentioned earlier, we're giving too much of ourselves away to other people and not reserving enough energy for ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to stabilize ourselves, to take care of ourselves. While the moon relies on our emotions, our intuition to navigate through our thoughts, our feelings, and our plans for the future, Mercury, especially in Virgo energy, is more reliant on our intellect, on data, on statistics, on the information that we're actually receiving from our physical circumstances and situations in the here and now. These two interacting very well together means that there is a compromise. They are cooperating. Our heart and our head are meeting somewheres in the middle because we have a lot of problems that we would like to solve. And Mercury being in Virgo energy is just the type of energy to do that. We want to address where it is that the scales are out of whack, where it is that we need to focus more on balancing our daily routines and habits to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves first before we're going to be of service to other people. This is going to be an aha moment that actually feels good in our heart space, in our head space, because we are getting these two in alignment so that we can get the body online, ready to initiate new chapters, new cycles, new habits that will actually be more encouraging and supportive of taking care of ourselves first. The moon is going to semi-square the sun. This is a tension point. This isn't going to feel good. Again, this is the sun's first aspect while being in Virgo energy. If you have not listened to the Virgo season astro forecast, please go ahead and do so so you can understand what it is that we need to be doing over these next couple of weeks. But here's the thing. The moon in Cancer is water on water. The sun is fire that is now grounded in earth. So there's a huge spotlight, a huge focus on our physical realms, on our situations, on our circumstances, what it is that we have to be a little bit more strong and disciplined in doing, because we have to get down to the nitty-gritty to reorganize and restructure our physical daily lives to be more encouraging, more supportive of our own health and wellness. The moon in Cancer and the sun in Virgo is making a little bit of mud. That's what we get when we mix water and earth. We get a little bit of a muddy emotion, muddy thoughts, muddy actions. It's low and slow. We have to move through the mud in order to actually get to the other side where we're able to take action. Right now, we don't know what actions to take. Right now, we're just trying to figure it out. And right now, it doesn't feel so good because there's more confusion than there is clarity. But here's a helpful tool. The moon goes ahead and bumps into Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who is retrograde in Aquarian energy. This puts us in a situation where we're more inclined to see where it is that we have to start at the bottom of the barrel. We have to start sorting out our thoughts, sorting out our feelings, sorting out our to-do list, recognizing what isn't working for us in our lives and what we need to get rid of in order to actually have a clean slate to start building something new. This is a time when we recognize where order is needed. Again, when we go through a state of chaos and confusion, it leads to clarity and order. Virgo energy is all about reorganizing. Virgo energy is the solution to our chaotic problems. Saturn, who rules over roles and responsibilities, who also rules over structures and foundations, is helping us get a grip, bringing us back down to earth, giving us a little bit of a bitch slap of reality on what we need to reorganize, rebuild, what it is that we need to recategorize as importance, priority in our lives, and get to work. Okay, enough sitting around hoping and dreaming and praying and trying to manifest. Now is the time where we have to put some elbow grease in. We actually have to do the work. So although this is a heavy feeling, you were going to feel the weight of the roles and responsibilities of the work that we need to do. Although it is a heavy feeling, it actually feels good because now we know where we need to start. And we have to start with cleaning up the mess in our physical realities, especially in our emotions, clean up that mess, give ourselves a clean working space to start creating new. So the moon goes ahead and squares Chiron, and this really is not going to feel good. A square is, again, a tension point, a conflict, an internalized battle. We have to enter into the boxing ring, so to speak. We have the moon in Cancer, our emotions, our unconscious self, our memories, our intuition, our feelings, getting in the boxing ring with Chiron. the wounded healer, who is currently retrograde in Aries, trying to show us where it is that we have to step up, where it is that we have to be more of a help to ourselves, where it is we have to focus on our health and wellness, especially where our mental health is concerned. Now, this emotion, like the emotions that come up when the moon is in Cancer, can be very overwhelming. And whatever we're currently thinking and feeling, which we're just coming out of this aspect with Saturn, so it is a little bit low and slow and somber and serious. We feel the weight of the world, our roles and responsibilities crashing down upon us. Then we enter into the boxing ring with Chiron. Chiron wants to highlight where it is that we feel trapped, restricted, held back, where it is we feel badgered, crazy, chaotic. Why? Because you have to feel in order to heal. You have to become aware of where it is that you feel uncomfortable, where you feel torn, where you feel all of this chaos building, especially in your emotional realm. The moon is in Cancer. We have to get down to the nitty gritty on what it is that we are feeling out of sorts about in order for us to provide a solution on how it is that we are going to heal it. The moon goes ahead and semi-squares Mars, another tension point. Mars, again, just getting acclimated to this Gemini energy. We're all up in our headspace. We're very aggressive with our thoughts. We're very aggressive with our words, how it is that we're expressing and communicating ourselves. The moon in Cancer, very sensitive, hypersensitive. Okay? Our words can hurt and harm and essentially kill. Kill ideas, kill dreams within ourselves, within other people. This particular energy is not going to be good. This is likely going to highlight for us where it is that we feel anger, where it is that we feel irritated, frustrated with what's going on in our internal realms, but mostly what's going on in our physical realms, because we wanted to see more progress than this. We wanted to see more change and transformation than this. Keep in mind, we are only one day into Virgo season. Virgo season is the season that we start seeing the manifestation of our new vision, of our new dreams, but it doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight. We have to be a little bit patient, and Mars in Gemini has zero patience. This is why we're feeling irritable, frustrated, and even angered. We get a little bit of help because out of frustration, out of irritability, out of anger, we recognize where change is needed the most. So the moon goes ahead and sextiles, which is a beautiful energy, with the true node, our soul's destiny point. That true node is trying to get us on the right path, trying to get us in a state of growth and improvement, trying to give us a little bit of clarity on where it is that we have to exert ourselves in our physical realms to make some progress. This particular interaction means that whatever funk we just sat in, we had an aha moment. We recognize where it is that change was needed the most. We recognize where it is that we don't want to be angered or irritated or frustrated any longer. And in order to break free from those lower vibrational frequencies, we have to make a change. So whatever epiphany just got downloaded within you, now we're working with it. Now we're seeing a little bit further down the path, down the steps that we need to take to bust free from these situations that are creating these lower vibrational emotions and memories and frequencies and ideas, where it is that we can start creating something new, looking forward into the future, recognizing where it is that we aim to be, and then coming back into the present moment and saying, okay, what can I do in my present moment? What can I have control over in the here and now that will either help declutter and clear up the trash of the past to keep a clean slate in this present moment for us to constantly be creating something new? Or we're going to be standing in this present moment saying, hey, what can I do to align with the actions, with the thoughts, with the emotions that I need to have in order to actually give birth and create a reality that I'm currently dreaming of. This is when Mercury interacts with Saturn. Again, Mercury in Virgo, in its place of power, wants to get down to the details of our inner workings of our mind, wants to look at the daily habits that we have, what we're allowing to focus in our mental plane, because as you know, the mental plane dictates what it is that we manifest in our lives. What you allow your mind to be consumed with is what you will create. So Mercury interacting with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, ruling over structures and foundations, is another level. to the earlier aspect that we had of knowing where it is that we need to sort things out, where it is we got to get organized, where it is we got to restructure a couple of things, where it is we need to compartmentalize, categorize our thoughts, our feelings, our situations, where it is that order is needed the most out of the chaos that we're currently thinking, currently feeling, currently living in. This is a huge boss up move because once you know better, you can do better. But the flip side to that is once you know better, you have to do better. How awful is it to know that you got to do better, know how to be better, and you sit around doing F all, right? Blaming other people for your lack of progress. That is the ultimate boo. We don't want that. Once you know better, you can do better. Once you know better, you have to do better. It's in you to constantly be pushing yourself to your fullest soul's potential. So here's where things get super interesting. We have the moon sextiling, which is a beautiful energy, with Uranus, the great awakener. We have an aha moment. We have an epiphany. We have an inspiration. We have a new idea. Suddenly we've opened our minds up to where it is that we can do things differently, where it is we do have to focus on a new path moving forward, where it is that we are recognizing that holding on, gripping so freaking tight to the old, to the comfortable, to the tried, to the tested, to the true is preventing us from actually moving forward, from growth, from improvement, from progression, from actually getting into a situation where we're able to manifest the kind of reality that we're currently dreaming of. This is a huge shift. This is a shock through our central nervous systems, affecting our mental plane, our heart space, our physical bodies, our physical circumstances, because we start to see things differently. The moon then goes ahead and bumps into Saturn in not the nicest way, but this way offers us an opportunity for growth, for learning, for change. Why? Because we get to implement, actually get to make a move, take an action that will not only show ourselves that we're ready to do the work, we're ready to make a change, we're ready to do what is necessary to get a different outcome, but it gives a signal to the universe that, you know what, I received the message, I got the download, I had the aha moment. I now know better. Now is my opportunity to do better. This is an opportunity to put into action the inner realizations that we're having in our mental plane and in our heart space. But this is when the sun goes ahead and bumps into Chiron, the wounded healer, in not the nicest way. Here's the thing. The sun in Virgo wants to do a deep dive in the mental plane. Virgo energy is ruled over by Mercury, ruler of the mental plane. It is an earth energy, which means that we have to be very focused on what we allow to take place in our mental plane, because that's what actually physically manifests in our lives, in our physical bodies. So the sun is here shining a bright light on what it is that we have to heal. Virgo energy, the physical healer of the physical body, the physical circumstances, based off of what it is that's going on in the mind space. The sun is shining a bright light on where it is we got to reorganize, restructure our mental plane, our mental focus, our attention, our daily habits, our routines. Why? Because the success of your ability to manifest your vision and your dream comes down to the very minute details of your day-to-day life. Your routines, your focus, how you speak to yourself, your inner dialogue, your outer dialogue, where it is that you put yourself on the priority list, what you're putting into your body through information, through food. It all comes down to what you're doing on a daily basis, minute by minute, hour by hour, in the chunk, in the run of a day. If you are not doing the things that you need to be doing that are happy and healthy and supportive of your mind, your body, your soul in the run of the day, you do not stand a chance in hell of being able to actually manifest the dream and the vision that you're looking to manifest. You cannot skip the hard part of the discipline that is needed in the run of your day and skip to the end goal where you get to be living your dream and vision. It doesn't happen that way. It happens by aligning your heart, your head, your body with the right thoughts, the right emotion, the right attitude to back your physical energy, to back your physical actions that you are going to take in the run of your day that have the vibration and frequency of trying to manifest your end goal, your end vision, your end dream. So the sun interacting with Chiron right now is likely going to highlight for us where it is that we're not doing that. Chiron is the wounded healer, needs to illuminate the wounds in order for us to realize that those wounds are alive and well, in order for us to realize and tap into our higher wisdom and intelligence within us in order to heal that. The sun is shining a bright light on the wounds, the problems that we're having in the run of our day that's preventing us from living a good, happy, healthy, balanced energy in the run of the day. That's also aligning us with the path, with the vision, with the bridge that we're currently building to get us from where it is that we're at to where it is that we desire to be. Again, we have to be illuminated to the problems in our lives, and most of those problems stem from us. We are the problem, we are the block, we are the challenge, we are the obstacle. And once we can realize that, again, in the mental plane, having that realization, those aha moments, that epiphany, once we can realize that, we can change it, we can heal it. Very much the Chiron vibe. We're going to wrap the day up on a good note with the moon trining good energy, blending of energy, harmonizing with Neptune, who is in Pisces but retrograde. So this is the moon in Cancer, water on water, with Neptune in Pisces, water on water. That's why we're getting along. That's why this is a good vibe, a good energy. What this is doing is projecting us into our dream, into our vision, into imaginary land, connecting us with our higher self, with our intuition. We're coming in hot, we're coming in strong, so that we can remind ourselves of why we got to do what we got to do in our physical realms to rearrange, reorganize, restructure ourselves, our lives, our inner realms, our outer realms, our physical circumstances, to actually manifest the dream and the vision that we have. We need a little bit of a reminder. We need some inspiration. We need renewed spirits. We need renewed trust in ourselves, in the process, in the greater, grander plan. And this particular aspect is going to do just that. Because it's happening fairly at the end of the day, this is likely going to put us in a very interesting position to have some very cryptic and revealing dreams. Pay attention to your dream content. This is a time when, again, the moon in Cancer, our intuition and emotions are strong. Neptune in Pisces, our intuition, our higher self, our dreams are strong. And when these two interact, this is a reminder, an epiphany of what it is that we're fighting for, what it is that we want to manifest, what it is we feel inspired to pursue, where it is that we have to have the strength, the discipline, the motivation to fight the good fight in our physical realms in order to actually have a chance to manifest this end goal, this vision, this dream.